Liga, and I'm looking at Take Kubo, nicknamed the Japanese Messi. You can see him here. He's agile, he's quick, he's got a deft left foot, and he's somebody that it'd be difficult to convince him to come in and be a backup, but we know in the absence of Bukayo Saka that Arsenal haven't got anybody who's really a natural right winger. He's not necessarily an output machine like Saka is. He only scored 7 goals last season, he's only got 3 this season. But in terms of ability, in terms of talent, in terms of somebody who's ready to take the step to the next level, I'm definitely looking at him. He was schooled at La Masia as well, somebody who's been talked about for quite a while. I think he's ready to make the next step. And if Arsenal are looking for a right winger, they could do a lot worse than Take Kubo.
OK. Dan, you've been a bit mischievous here, I think, with one of your options, the guy just over your...
You say mischievous, I say smart.
I don't think
next level thing.
I'm talking to that, Dan. Sorry, did I confuse you? I was looking right at him.
I thought you were looking at me.
All about you, Dan. There's 2 of us here.
Get your eyes checked, mate.
What I actually wanted to say, me and you had a good discussion in the office earlier.
Yeah.
My answer was a bit boring, so I didn't go with it. I wanted to say about Jesus and how his best season for Man City was on that right-hand side with the false 9, which is how Arsenal play with the false 9. But that's not transfer, so that's boring, so we didn't do that. I've spoke about Madoue Eke before. I think he's an excellent player.
Chelsea to Arsenal.
Yeah, but what we've seen in the last few windows is Chelsea aren't afraid to deal with Premier League clubs that are in the same tier of the table as them. And if the price is right, Chelsea are prepared to let players go. And Madoue Eke, there's been a little bit of friction behind the scenes with Chelsea at the moment. I know they've got a young Brazilian kid coming in the summer as well who plays in the position. Kwaku says to me that it would be one that would be more likely for the summer. But I think stranger things have happened than Madoue Eke to Arsenal late in the window.
Yeah, well, listen, Arsenal have been partial to taking a few Chelsea players in the past, haven't they? Now, Dan Khan.
OK, cool, nice.
Who have you gone for?
Well, no, the reason why I was rudely interjecting Dan there was because I actually think mine's probably the most out there pick. And you mentioned the right wing, but what we have to look at is Bukayo Saka will come back, he will return to full fitness. So really what you're looking is who can improve that strength and depth. And I'm a big fan of Simone Adingra at Brighton. He's an excellent winger.
He doesn't play week in, week out, does he, at Brighton?
No, absolutely not. But I think the positives are, he's direct, he's pacey, he can play either flank as well. And I think when you look at this Arsenal side, that's perhaps what they miss out on. Raheem Sterling hasn't quite hit his stride this season. Of course, he's had injuries in the last few weeks as well. But Adingra excites me, and I'd love to see him make a bigger step and see if he can really adapt to a bigger club as well.
And just quickly, we've got Lookman up there as well, because Arsenal have registered interest in the past, but he doesn't play on the right, does he?
Pretty much the only attacking position he hasn't played in this season for Atalanta, but a sensational footballer. His time away from England couldn't have gone any better, really, could it? And I'm sure he'd be a player that would be keen to come back to the Premier League at some point.
動画では久保の他にセリエ A アタランタのルックマン、三笘薫選手のチームメイトのアディングラ、チェルシーのマドゥエケを取り上げています。ルックマンですが完全に左サイドの選手です。とてもいい選手ですが、サカの代役にはなり得ません。続いてブライトンのアディングラですが、三笘選手と左サイドを争っているようでいて、実は右サイドで出場することの方が多い選手です。サカのようなゲームを作る能力はありませんが、両サイドできる強みはあります。最後にチェルシーのマドゥエケですが、彼は生粋の右ウィングです。久保と並んでサカの代役として申し分ないでしょう。しかしチェルシーで今季18試合出場し、5ゴール、エースのパーマーと互いに21回もチャンスを作り合っています。パーマーの最高のパートナーを放出するとは考えづらいですね。総合すると現実的には久保かアディングラということになりますが、ここで問題になるのがサカ復帰以降の処遇です。サカはイングランド代表ですし、実力が同程度あったとしても主力の座を奪うのは至難の業でしょう。分かった上で決断するのか、久保選手の決断に要注目です。